Hi YouTube, excuse the lighting and the noise. I'm just chilling in my room and I've got my fan on, and I just was thinking about everybody's going through a lot of hard times and all that. A lot of people have kind of backed away from their passion of trying to get the word out of what's going on with the agendas for the people. And you know and we're all going through, I mean, no matter what, no matter where we go, the dark forces have us covered. It doesn't matter, they use anybody and everybody, and they can work together in unison with that dark stuff. You never know when it's, but for me, trusting in God and having that faith that I'm always going to be okay, that really has saved me so many times. So I wanted to get on here and just tell you, everything is going to be okay. About the worst thing we're going through is the sadness of it all, that human beings can treat other human beings so horribly and not know that it even affects their own physical self when they do anybody else wrong. And that's really the saddest, deepest part of the whole thing. Um, that probably is ripping a lot of you up too. It gets hard to witness this on a daily basis. So, yeah, I thought, well, I got to get on and say hello anyway. Not much came about with that portable router that I had. I sent it back to Amazon, got my money back. But as far as getting my money back for the service, I couldn't get their link when work to get my Windows hooked up on it for my laptop, and I wasn't able to make the videos I wanted to make on my trip, so I was disappointed, you know. But I'll get over it. I still have the memories of driving. I love to drive, and it was in a beautiful area, so I was lucky like that. So, but I was on a mission, and I got my mission complete. My message and exactly what I needed to know loud and clear. Um, so that's good things that happened. So, oh, and lately I've got my rhubarb transplanted and some flowers. I don't even know the name of them. When they bloom, I'll take a picture. And you can get that app that identifies them. I know not a lot, well, compared to the species on the planet of plants and flowers, I know a good deal, but I'm not by no means an expert. Maybe in herbology in my area and that type of thing, you know, as a herbalist, that type of. But yeah, I'm pretty good at identifying plant life and whatnot. But it's kind of been a thing of mine. So, but yeah, I'm sure there's about in the flower department, there's a lot more knowledgeable ones, and um, like grafting roses and those different people that hybrid things and that type of thing. So, yeah. So they say, like, we're hybrid. No, no, no. We got infected from inbreeding, you know. So, and it could only go so far where it was too far. And now we're going to try and clean it up again. So, people have to really be aware of their situations in life and the things that are being done to them, you know, um, spiritually. Don't let anybody tell you this is not a spiritual war. And sadly enough, the spiritual can become the physical, because that's the power of the darkness with everything, every attack, every aspect of our lives that they've infiltrated, every aspect. So I wanted to come out here and say I love you all, and you know, you're you're all special to me. I really do love the whole world. I just can't tolerate the mean ones. It's just like Doug will ask me too, do you love me? And I said, when you're being lovable, you know, liking somebody, that's a great big deal. So, I mean, I'm straight up with people. I don't play at all. I don't mince words. Um, just won't do it. So, um, it's a lot of people in life that are going through people around people that have lack of self control in all kinds of areas. I mean, it's not even funny. Excuse me, I'm grabbing the cigarette. It was ready to fall. Okay, but yeah, a lot of people are pretty weak minded because of the attacks they have endured in their life through different things, and that's where you have to stop yourself and recognize what happened to you. And even though it may have looked like a person, it was a dark spirit in there using that person because they were weak. So you can't be weak in that area. You have to be super aware. And in that, learning through what had happened to you, the bad things, you literally can teach other people how to be aware of those things for themselves. And that's really important too, that we not allow the dark energy in this world anymore. It doesn't belong here. It never belonged here. It's totally alien to this planet. So, and that brings me to another thing. The moon's been really weird. It seemed way too close all the time now, more than ever in my over 6 decades. And, I can't say it any clearer. Either we're on the moon and the Earth is a reflection, or like maybe we're in a giant pit and we have a reflection of the moon's reflection, or maybe they're shaped like an hourglass, the moon and the Earth, and the veil's being lifted, so we they're trying to hide Jacob's ladder and the crossing from us because it's literally always been there, but they can't get through the firmament or something like that. But I just thought I'd tell you, people I've been listening to and different ideas that they have, and they were talking about the real reason for fireplaces were to actually use as electric panels for heating with fresh air systems, which could be because uh, my adopted dad had built one with a double flume for upstairs and downstairs, different uses for different fireplaces, that type of thing. So anyway, um, never know what what they do or did, because for sure, I've always felt deep within my soul that, of course, God had computers. His technology, he made us. So obviously, he's, well, there's no light years to compare to the knowledge, far ahead. So when he says, like, I'll go ahead of you and make you a home, that's what he means. There's many mansions in heaven. Well, I don't want a mansion. I don't even need to live in my father's house. Just some nice land somewhere, buy some fresh water and a waterfall, and nice pool to swim in, pool, a natural pool, and, you know, nice garden with big avocados like that, you know, not asking for a whole lot. Just something really cool like that would be good, eh? Well, I wanted to try and cheer if I can bring a little cheer and and I was gonna say too, and when you're around people that have addictions, whether they're low on what they're doing or right up in there, um, substances and people that use them can be very dangerous, yes. And if they're snaky to begin with and untrustworthy, and any type of violence or loudness or anything is not something you want your spirit or the people that you love to be around. And those type of people also will put a darkness on your loved ones, unless your loved ones are dark and they're all in it together too. That's quite the possibility. Been there, do, been there, am there. That's the way a lot of people in my life are, because Satan will use them. I realize that. The shame that they carry for themselves individually does sadden my heart. But, of course, I see it clear. I was there, that type of thing. So it's like, okay, well, good night or day wherever you're at. Have a wonderful one. I'll try and get on here a little sooner. Um, to be quite frank, I'm not frank though. Honestly, women look so much different than men, even if they're no trans, nothing, just like really just women. There's always something about us that's through us, that can't be mimicked by a pose, if you get my gist. So, anyway, yeah, they can mimic us, but they don't have it, you know. Well, anyway, um, yeah, and I'm going to touch on that big time in a big way coming up here too, talking about all that bullshit and what the children of God and their children are forced to endure on this planet at this time, which is sickening. It's putrid. It's totally sickening. It's hard enough to raise your children with a mom and a dad and grandparents that care. But now we're living in a world where none of that's hardly even allowed anymore. If people know where I'm coming from, families aren't really families anymore. You know, some may kind of be, but not like it should be. And I think you hear where I'm coming from. So I'll leave it there. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back. I do have some heavy duty things I'm going to be talking about, and um, love me or hate me, I'm not your enemy, and I do love everybody, but I'm intolerant of any kind of law that goes against God. Get it the hell away from me and get it off this planet. We don't need it. It doesn't belong here. End of story. Love you. Good night or day.